Welcome to Learn Commerce PU online classes. Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello everyone, welcome to second PUC Statistics online classes. In this video, we are going to discuss about 6th chapter. In that first part, that is statistical inference. Before going to this chapter, let us recall some basic important concept of statistics, that is population and sample, that we had discussed in the first year. First of all, what is population? Population is totality of units under consideration. See, totality of units under consideration. Here, what is unit? Units are nothing but objects. Okay, for example, see, this is one chalk box. In this chalk box, there are so many objects are there. See, this is one unit, this is one unit, and this is one unit. In the sense, it means here each chalk piece represents single units. Okay, if I consider total units together, then it is population. So population is totality of units under consideration. In a population, there are two types. One is finite population, another one is infinite population. See, here finite in the sense that is countable or measurable. Then finite population is a population which contains countable number of units. For example, number of students in a college, that is countable. Then number of tables in a class, that is also countable. Next, number of books in a library, that is also countable. Okay, these are the example for finite population. Next, what is infinite population? See, here infinite in the sense that is uncountable or unmeasurable. Then infinite population is a population which contains uncountable number of units. For example, stars in a sky, that is uncountable. Next, number of trees in our country, that is also uncountable. Okay, these are the example for infinite population. Okay, next term is sample. What is sample? Sample is representative portion of the population. For example, see, just assume in the population, that is in a college, there are 5,000 students are there. Okay, this is one population. From this population, if I select few students, for example, if I select 1,000 students, here 1,000 is, here selected students are sample. So sample is representative portion of the population, or we can say part of the population. See, in the previous example, we consider this set of chalk piece is a population. From this population, if I select few units, okay, here selected units are sample. So sample in the sense that is representative portion of the population. See, here to select chalk pieces, I used random sample method. So what is random sample? Yeah, random sample in the sense if every unit in the population has a chance of selection. For example, okay, here what is population? We know that definition of population, that is totality of units. Generally population in the sense that is huge number of units. Okay, huge number of units. For our convenience, I will consider there are 10 chalk pieces as a population, and I have named it as A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6, A7, A8, A9 and A10. Okay, this is one population. Then what is chance of selection? See, from this population, if I select one chalk piece without seeing this box, and it means here selected chalk piece may be A1 or A2 or A3 or A4 or A5 or A6 or A7 or A8 or A9 or A10, but here every chalk piece has a chance of selection. that is random sample. If I give equal chance of selection, then it is simple random sample. Okay, if I give equal chance of selection, in the sense, suppose here A1 repeats 2 times, then remaining all the units repeats 2 times only. If A1 repeats 3 times, then remaining all the units repeats 3 times. So in the sense, here simple random sample gives equal chance of selection, equal importance to every unit. So definition of simple random sample is if the chance of every unit in the population is equal. That is simple random sample. Okay, I hope you understood what are the difference between sample, random sample and simple random sample. Okay, next important term is parameter. Okay, what is parameter? Parameter is a statistical constant of the population. Okay, for example, see here population. So population is totality of units, in the sense that is huge number of units. For example, just assume this is one population. And then what is statistical constant? Okay, before going to this term, let us see statistic. Okay, here statistic is a function of the sample value. So sample in the sense of what? That is representative portion of the population, or generally we can say that is selected few units from population. Okay, this is sample. Here this is population and this is sample. Now we know that population size is denoted by capital letter N and sample size is denoted by small letter n, and mean of population is denoted by mu and sample mean is denoted by x bar, and population standard deviation is denoted by sigma and sample standard deviation is denoted by small letter s, and population proportion is denoted by capital letter P and sample proportion is denoted by small letter p. See here these are statistical constant and these are functions. So the parameter, see the definition of parameter. The parameter is a statistical constant of the population. See these are the statistical constant. So statistical constant of the population, that is parameter, and statistic is a function of the sample value. These are the functions. So functions of the sample value, that is statistic. Okay, next is a parameter space. So definition of parameter space is the set of all the admissible values of the parameter. So here what is set of all admissible values? For example, we know that annual question paper of statistics based on 100 marks. Okay, here out of which student may score 0 to 100. See, this is one set of admissible value. And similarly, next, the average heights of people, it may be 145 centimeter to 175 centimeter. See, this is one set of admissible value. Okay, that is parameter space. So parameter space is the set of all the admissible values of the parameter. Okay, next is sample space. Yeah, see here sample space is the set of all samples of same size that can be drawn from the population. Okay, now here I will consider population size, that is capital letter N is equal to 4, and I will consider sample size is denoted by small letter n, that is 2, and I will take populations are like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, these are populations. And see, there we took sample is 2. Then what are the possible samples are there? But that samples should be same size. Here I will take the possible samples, that is 1 and 2. This is one set of sample. Next 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. Next 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4. Next 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3 and 3, 4. Next 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3 and 4, 4. See the definition of random sample space, that is the set of all samples of same size. See, these are the set of samples of same size, and these that can be drawn from the population. See, these samples are drawn from this population, that is sample space. Okay, next term is that is sampling distribution. What is sampling distribution? Sampling distribution is the distribution of the values of statistic for different samples of same size. See, different samples of same size. Okay, these are different samples of same size. Then what is statistic? Okay, their statistics are, here x bar is one statistic, then small letter s, that is standard deviation, is one statistic, and small letter p is one statistic. For our convenience, I will consider here x bar. Yeah. Then how to calculate x bar? We know the formula of x bar, that is mean of sample. The formula is summation x divided by n. Okay, see here the here set of samples are there. How to calculate sum x bar? See here there are two values are there. Then sum of x is, that is 1 plus 1 divided by 2, because here number of observations are 2. So divided by 2. So 1 plus 1 divided by 2, that is 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, next is, I will write here. So x bar observations 1. Next 1 plus 2, that is 3. 3 divided by 2, 1.5. Next 1 plus 3, that is 4 divided by 2, 2. Next 1 plus 4, that is 5 divided by 2, 2.5. Next here 2 plus 1, that is 3. 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Next 2 plus 2, that is 4 divided by 2, that is 2. Here 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5. Here 6 divided by 2, that is 3. 4 divided by 2, that is 2. Here 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5. Here 6 divided by 2, that is 3. Next here 7 divided by 2, that is 3.5. Next here 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5. Next here 6 divided by 2, that is 3. Then here 7 divided by 2, that is 3.5. Next here 8 divided by 2, so 4 plus 4, that is 8. 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So here x bar these are the x bar observations. Now I will write these observations in the table. See, here 1 repeats. So I will, using frequency, I will write the table. Sampling distribution table. See, here x1, see, x bar, the first value is 1. So here 1 repeats only one time. So here frequency is 1. Next 1.5 repeats 1, 2, 2 times. Next 2 repeats 1, 2, 3, 3 times. Next 2.5 repeats 1, 2, 3 and 4. Next 3 repeats 1, 2, 3, 3 times. Next 3.5 repeats, yes, 1, 2, 2 times. Then 4 repeats, that is 1 time. Okay, this is sampling distribution. See the definition of sampling distribution. Here sampling distribution is the distribution of the values. These are the distribution of the values of a statistic. Here statistic is x bar for a different samples of same size. These are the different samples of same size. Okay, that is sampling distribution. Next one is standard error. Okay, what is standard error? Standard error is the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of a statistic. See, standard error is denoted by SE. See, standard error is the standard deviation of the sampling distribution of a statistic. See, this is sampling distribution of the statistic. And what is standard deviation? And we know that standard deviation of statistic is denoted by small letter s. I will write here small letter s. So formula is square root of small letter s is equal to standard deviation of statistic, that is s is equal to small letter s is equal to square root of, here x bar and f is there, so formula is summation f into x bar square divided by capital letter N minus summation f into x bar divided by capital letter N whole square. So here based on our observation, based on our formula, we need to calculate x bar square and f into x bar square. The next is f into x bar. So next columns are x bar square f into x bar. The next one is f into x bar square. Now see the first observation. Okay, here x bar is 1, then x bar square is 1. 1 square is 1. Next is 1.5 square. So 1.5 square is 2.25. Then 2 square is 4. Then 2.5 square is 6.25. 3 square is 9. Then 3.5 square is 12.25. Then here 4. So 4 square is 16. Okay, next is f into x. See, here x bar is 1, f is 1. So f into x bar is 1 into 1, 1. Then 1.5 into 2, that is 3. Then 2 into 3, that is 6. Next 2.5 into 4, that is 10. Then 3 into 3, that is 9. Next 3.5 into 2, that is 7. Next 4 into 1, that is 4. Next we need to calculate f into x bar square. So 1 into 1, 1. Then 2 into 2.25, that is 4.5. Next 3 into 4, that is 12. Next 4 into 6.25, that is 25. Next 3 into 9, that is 27. Next 2 into 12.25, that is 24.5. Next 1 into 16, that is 16. Now based on our formula, next we need to calculate sum of f into x bar square and sum of f into x bar. So next we need to calculate sum of this, that is sum of fx bar, and this one, that is sum of f into x bar square. And next we need to calculate capital letter N. So capital letter N is total of frequency. So here total of frequency, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that is 16. Then here sum of fx bar is 1 plus 3 plus 6 plus 10 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4, that is 40. And here sum of fx bar square, that is 1 plus 4.5 plus 12 plus 25 plus 27 plus 24.5 plus 16, that is 110. Now I will substitute these values under this formula. Okay, this is equal to square root of sum of fx bar square, that is 110 divided by 16 minus sum of fx bar, that is 40 divided by 16 whole square. This is equal to square root of 110 divided by 16, that is 6.875 minus 40 divided by 16, that is 2.5 then whole square, that is 6.25. Next, this is equal to 6.875 minus 6.25, that is 0.625, square root of that answer, that is 0.7905. So here small letter s is 0.7905. Okay, this is standard error. So standard error is the standard deviation of, okay, this is standard deviation of, standard deviation of the sampling distribution of the statistic. Okay, this is sampling distribution of the statistic. Okay, this is standard error. Next, let's see standard error of means. See, if one set of observation is given, that is, let random sample of size n that can be drawn from a population with mean mu and standard deviation sigma, then the sampling distribution of sample mean, that is x bar, sample mean has mu. Okay, let's prove this. Here E of x bar is equal to mu, in the sense sample mean is equal to population mean. See, this observation is based on sample mean, and we know the formula of sample mean, that is x bar, or we can write E of x bar is equal to, see here x bar and f observations are there. The formula is sum of f into x bar divided by capital letter N. Okay, this is equal to sum of fx bar, that is 40 divided by capital letter N, that is 16. So this is equal to 40 divided by 16. Yeah, 40 divided by 16, that is 2.5. See, here we got sample mean is 2.5. Then what is population mean? See, population mean is mu. So mu formula, mu is equal to, see these are the population observations, isn't it? So populations are 1 plus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are x observation. Here frequency is not there. So how to calculate population mean? That is sum of x divided by small letter n, because here frequency is not there. That is why. So this is equal to sum of x, that is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, that is 10. 10 divided by small letter n. So small letter n in the sense that is number of observations. So number of observations are 4. Okay, this is equal to 10 divided by 4, that is 2.5. See, here the first condition is satisfied, that is sample mean has population mean. Okay, that is satisfied. Okay, next let's check. Standard error is sigma divided by square root of n. Okay, already we calculated standard error of sample, that is here we got this answer, that is s is equal to 0. Sample standard deviation is equal to 0.7905. Okay, next let's check sigma divided by square root of n. Okay, is sigma divided by square root of n is equal to standard error of x bar. Let's check. See, here we got standard error of sample, that is 0.7905. Okay, now we are going to check sigma divided by square root of n. So sigma in the sense that is population standard deviation. So population observations are here, that is 1, 2, 3. So sigma formula here, that is square root of summation x square divided by n minus summation x divided by n whole square. Okay, this is equal to square root of, what is summation x square? So that is 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. 30 divided by n. Here n is 4. So 30 divided by 4, that is 7.5. I will write directly, that is 7.5. Then what is summation x divided by n? So summation x divided by n. Here we already got the value, that is 2.5. So square root of that answer, whole square. Okay, this is equal to square root of, okay, yeah, 2.5 whole square, that is 6.25. Then 7.5 minus 6.25, that is 1.25. The square root of that answer, that is 1.1180. Okay, here we got sigma. Next we need to divide square root of n. So sigma divided, here sigma answer is 1. Formula is sigma divided by square root of n. Here we got sigma value, that is 1.1180 divided by, then what is square root of n? See here n is this one, sample size. So here sample size is 2. Sample size is 2. So sigma divided by square root of 2. This is equal to 1.1180 divided by square root of 2, that is 0.7905. See here also this one is equal to, this one we got 0. Sigma divided by square root of 1, we got 0.7905. Okay, here also we proved that this standard error of sample is equal to sigma divided by square root of n. So here also we proved the second one also. So if one set of observation is given, then E of x bar is equal to mu and standard error of x bar is equal to sigma divided by square root of n. If two set of observations are given, then the formula is E of x bar 1 minus E of x bar 2 is equal to mu 1 minus mu 2. The standard error of x bar 1 minus x bar 2 is equal to square root of sigma 1 square divided by n1 plus sigma 2 square divided by n2. Then standard error of proportion, that is E of p is equal to capital letter P, and standard error of p1 minus p2 is equal to square root of p into q divided by n. Here how to, if p is given, then how to calculate q? To calculate q we have the formula, that is q is equal to 1 minus p. Then if two set of proportions are given, then the formula is E of p1 minus p2 is equal to p1 minus p2, capital letter p1 minus capital letter p2, and standard error of p1 minus p2 is square root of p1 q1 divided by n1 plus p2 q2 divided by n2. Here how to calculate q1, that is 1 minus p1, then how to calculate q2, that is 1 minus p2. See, if P1 and Q1 equal, then it is P1 and P2s are equal, then we can write it as capital letter P. See, if capital letter P and Qs are equal, then formula is standard error of P1 minus P2, small letter P1 minus small letter P2 is equal to, here P1 and P2s are equal, then I will write PQ. See, if P1 and P2s are equal, then we can write capital letter P. So here I will write PQ divided by N1 plus PQ divided by N2. See, here PQs are equal, so same terms, so I will write same terms outside, that is PQ into 1 by N1 plus 1 by N2. Okay, these are standard error of proportions. Yes, thank you for watching this video.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.